This little video series is called Dying Dar's Way, Radically Real Spiels on the End of Life. I'm here today with my friend Julie Pantelick, who is a physician and also a very good friend. We're going to talk first about her recent experiences with the losses of loved ones, and then I'll update you on my situation.
So my name's Julie Pantelick. I'm a physician. I'm an internist. I take care of people from 18 to 108, whatever the length of life is. And I've had a lot of experiences walking with patients to the end of their lives. I think the experience that most moved me to become a physician was the experience of walking with my father to the end of his death, and seeing how the system never really saw him as an individual and didn't listen to the common sense approaches to being with another person at the end of their life. He was a physician and he was comfortable with science, and he found himself surrounded by conventional physicians, and I'll just say I've never been kind of so horrified at seeing all of his best friends standing about 6 feet away from him around the bed discussing his prognosis. So when his final days came, he was not happy. He did not accept it. He fought, and that was hard to see. So watching Dor, who is somebody I've never really met like Dor, she's really present, and she's a scientist and a poet at the same time. So she has this capacity to observe and be curious about it, and to be interested in sharing it with whoever is interested in listening. And
Right.
she's got a lot that she has experienced that is so relevant, and were we to all have this capacity to just be and observe and be interested in the process that we are going to be going through, because we'll all be going through it, and how we step up to that it says a lot about who we are, and maybe a lot about who we were not allowed to be. But Dor has had a freedom of choice, and she made this choice to be a person of integrity and honesty, and so it's been a gift to learn from her and to observe really with joy how she has embraced all facets of being human and being present with those around her that she loves and cares about, and even those that she doesn't know. She's tried to offer up her own experience in a very meaningful way. So I'm incredibly grateful for everything that I've learned from you, Dor.
The learning never ends.
And it doesn't end. And so one of the things that is completely different about watching Dor is that she's both a scientist and very poetic about the way that she sees the world around her. And she just shared a new word that she learned this afternoon, and also an experience of falling off the cliff.
Yes.
You want to tell me what that was about?
So, exactly 5 days ago, I was knitting, and I realized that I was correcting the same mistake with complete patience for 3 hours, and then I could no longer knit. And since that's the one remaining thing that I could do. It felt like this enormous loss. And now all I can do is make videos about it. But I experienced this enormous loss around the knitting. So naturally, the first thing I had to do was do an internet search and see, well, what is it that just happened? And because we know that the brain is often a target with lung cancer for metastases, it was pretty easy to peg within a few seconds that the condition is called apraxic agraphia, which means that while I'm still capable of verbal speech, I'm losing from speaking. I can no longer have a connection between my hands and my brain that makes it possible for me to write. So I've taken writing off of my dance card now, and I can feel also hesitation as that loss becomes greater too, around the formation of words. So, I am the princess of how you feel is data. I am so honored to be called by this woman a scientist. That's the most flattering thing I've heard in weeks. I am a scientist. I think I'm gonna emblazon it across my forehead or something. But I have found observation is so comforting. I still don't need anti-anxiety medication. I still don't need anti-depression medication. And I think part of it is just because I've become an observer of my own dying process. So I'm moving into new realms of being willing to share the details of my life. What else can I say? Sorry, I'm the wrong person to be in charge of the camera, but it's too late now.
Great.
So what else do we have on the things we wanted to say list? Maybe we did
I think we covered most
I
of it.
think we did a good enough job already. So I obviously am taking this thing right through to the end, because if I could do this, I could do anything.
That's for sure.
I love you, Julie.
I love you, Doris.